here on my poorly spray painted entertainment center is a ton of LED thingamajiggies. Now, I'm a big fan of LED thingamajiggies, and I think you will be too. So let me talk about each thing, and who knows, maybe you'll pick one of these up for your own setup. First up, we have the Supernova Sphere from ThinkGeek, and before you think, wow, I'm picking one of these up, it's $40. So yeah, you might have just changed your mind. Now, for $40, I wouldn't be that mad if it was brighter and if it was a little bit bigger. I do think it's kind of small and dim for the price, and it really doesn't have much to it. It just kind of does this. There are modes, but I'll show you. The modes are seizure inducing and then basically the same mode 3 times over. I don't really know the difference between the modes, but I do know that one will give you a seizure, so don't use it. You can't just choose a singular color or anything like that. It's just as simple as that. So on camera, I have everything very dark and dim. And you might be thinking, oh baby, that looks dope, but it's pretty dim. So I like the idea. I just think it could be better, especially given the price. Had that been $20, I would have been like, damn, okay. Next up, we have these little guys, which as you can see, I do have 6 over here. They are Pixel Pals, and Pixel Pals, they're available really from a lot of different places. Of course, you get them online, but they're available at Target, which is cool. They retail for $15 each, which it's kind of crazy. You know, for you might be thinking, oh, that's so cheap. I make so much money. You don't. Yeah. But $15 and you want to have a collection, they're kind of expensive. So that's why I like, you know, you get pop vinyls. They're like $8, $12 at most, you know. So I like that. But these do light up, which I know a lot of people are probably freaking out right now. And you could obviously turn it off and they still look pretty neat. But they do take AAAs, 2 of them, which really isn't that bad. Batteries are a thing of the past, let's be honest here. But you can pay extra to get micro USB on the back, which again, the $15 now goes up per PAL you get, you know, so it's kind of crazy. Plus having cables out of each one could be kind of annoying. So it is nice having the option to just do AAAs, but ultimately these things are really neat, good quality. I mean, just exactly what you would expect. And I do have a assortment here, which is very nice. And I think they're cool. You put this on your desk, you put it by your TV, people will be like, damn, that's really neat. Especially this, you know, you're like, oh, I'm Batman. As you can tell, I'm pretty good at the voice, but I'm not here to do impressions, so get out of here. But yeah, I think having something like this just kind of says, hey, I like Batman, and now it takes your plain setup and adds a little bit more personality. Finally, on this tabletop, we have these 2 thingamajiggies from Divoom, don't know how you say the name, but this here is the TiVo, not TiVo, like the DVR, but it's like TiVo. So that's interesting. And then we have the Time Box. Now, what's interesting about these things is they're just kind of Bluetooth speakers, essentially. They do kind of really go on and on about how they are speakers. Have I used it as a speaker? No. They're just kind of little pixel displaying thingies that I like. I think they look cool. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, this one I'm a bit disappointed with. Now that I have it in person, I can tell you that it's very dim, which seems to be a thing. It also has this really harsh blue tint, so it really doesn't display true to color, and it just kind of looks cheap, and I would just avoid this one altogether. Now, this one, if you've seen my setup tour in my bedroom, I do have the older version of this, and it's just a cool little thing I have on my tabletop that adds some bright colors and looks really cool. So I actually am a really big fan of this one, and I think it's just something neat to have on your setup. If you ever need a speaker, I guess it's good to have that. But ultimately, they're just interesting devices. They are the only 2 on this tabletop that have Bluetooth, so I think they're cool. And I actually have another one right here, which I haven't set up yet, because the cable that comes with it is like 1 inch long. So if you actually want to plug it into like a wall adapter or something, good luck. But as you can see, it's a nice square. It's got some buttons off to the side. It's interesting. It's just a cool little thingamajiggy to have, and ultimately, I think everything on here is cool. It's kind of overkill having it all placed and smushed together, but I like it, and I don't have anything else to put on top of this table anyways, so who cares? Let's move on though to the next thing. Make your gaming battle station even more impressive with a custom stitched gaming mousepad. With Inked Gaming step-by-step instructions for uploading your image, you're only a few steps away from having a one-of-a-kind gaming mousepad. No matter what genre of PC gaming is your favorite, you'll be able to create the best gaming mousepad to match the look and feel of your gaming space. Get 10% off with code swashintv. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this train chugging along. And I know what you're thinking, cool portable light. Yeah, it is pretty cool, and it is definitely convenient. So over here we have two products that kind of mesh together and almost seem like one whole product. And I've actually had people ask, what is that cool contraption you have? Well, it's two products. We have the LifeX Beam, which I am not going to talk about that much. I have a complete video on my channel already about it, and it is really not that great. As you can see, I'm almost using this like a pointer now. It's staying as one solid color when it should be moving to multiple colors. But each time you turn it on and turn it off, it freaks out. It doesn't work well. The app is not great either. I don't really recommend it. They also make the LifeX Tile, which is like this Nanoleaf thing, but it's squares. And if it's anything like the LifeX Beam, I really don't recommend it. Now let's talk about the Nanoleaf up here at the top. I am a huge fan of it. It is actually pretty expensive, I will say that. They did send it out. I'm not being paid to say anything. I appreciate what they did. They did send me the 9-pack plus the 3, so it makes 12, and it's rhythm enabled, so you can do music and stuff like that. As far as installation, extremely straightforward. The app is actually very user-friendly, and ultimately it's just a very enjoyable experience. You could put a ton of these together. You could have multiple in one room. And actually, if you're a fan of Big Brother, which I am, in the latest season in the HOH room, they had, I don't even know how many, just a freaking ton. And it looks super cool. And I just like how it looks in a room. I think if you have a man cave, if you have a studio, if you have a home theater, whatever it is that you have, these look cool. They can be turned on, off, dimmed, different things, very subtle. You can do a certain color palette. The app allows for all of that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and show the app because it's just kind of overkill at this point. Most people know what these things are. If you don't, I highly recommend you check out their videos that they have, and you'll learn a lot. But together, very cool combination. I just wish the LifeX Beam, which they did also send out, worked as well as it should. It doesn't really work that great. So, and it's kind of expensive. So overall, an expensive section of the shed, but a very cool section nonetheless. No studio or man cave or anything like that is complete without an awesome mini fridge, which is what I have right here. Thanks to New Air, they sent this out. This is the ABR 1770B. They sent it out for free. They are super cool. This is not paid in any way, but they did hook me up with a coupon code I could share to you guys if you're interested in any of their beverage coolers. I mean, literally the cheap ones all the way to like the high-end crazy ones like this. You get 20% off using code SWASHIN. I'll leave a link to their stuff down below. I highly recommend you check them out because they have very affordable ones that you can put even if you're like just in your bedroom, you know what I mean? You could throw in some water, you could throw in some cans, which is actually what this is mainly meant for, and I'll get to in a second, but this thing is awesome. I'm really a big fan of it, so I highly recommend you go check it out. Again, they're not paying me. They did just want to hook you guys up with 20% off if you're interested, so the link is below. So this one in specific will actually hold 177 cans all at once, which is crazy. The shot does kind of cut off. I'll show in a second, but normally there's another rack right here. I took it out, but you would have all the cans laying down from this point on, and then all of these would be freestanding and look really cool. And trust me, I want to put a Coke can in here so friggin' bad, but I'm trying to be good. So for now, I just got tons of mini waters because I think, look at them, they're so cool. But I would definitely probably instead go for full-size water bottles and just lay them down in here. And what I really like about this one is just the control system up here because it does come with the LEDs built in. And I'm sure if you wanted, you could actually add LEDs like, RGB, but I don't know. I don't take my word for it. But yeah, I think this is just super cool. I like how it looks. I like how it works. I've had it now for about, I've had it for a long time, but I only recently set it up. And I mean, no complaints here. It works perfectly. It auto adjusts the temperature and everything for you. And it also has like a key system, so you can lock this up. If you put some cold one for the boys and you don't want the kids to get into it, you can actually lock it up, which I think is pretty neat. And also, if you get something like this for your studio, your man cave or whatever, you have this nice clean top, which is perfect for putting more LED accessories or whatever on top, and it's just like a cool little thing. Plus, it is standalone, but you can also do like built-in. So if you want to like put it under a countertop or something, you can do that. But yeah, I just think everyone should have one of these. If like you're a college student or something like that, you can just have your own mini fridge in your bedroom, your dorm room, your studio, whatever. And yeah, I think it's super cool. Also, I'm looking at their website right now. They really do have affordable ones, like this one that's 90 cans. It's $240. So if you get that, you can apply the 20% code to it and save a ton more. And it's a lot more, compact, so you can fit it in a lot of different spots. So again, swashin is the code for 20% off. I'll leave a link to it down below. Huge shout out to them for hooking me up with this. And I love the LED. This episode is sponsored by WellDesk, creators of the Rest My Soul footrest cushion. If you spend a lot of time at your setup, then you need this simple and comfortable fix that improves your daily sitting experience. It features comfy yet supportive foam that will not wear out. The cover can be taken off and cleaned very easily. The bottom features anti-slip thread so it stays in place. And you can even flip the cushion over to be able to rock your feet back and forth. Enjoy relief from leg and back fatigue and experience better circulation with the Rest My Soul footrest cushion for only $26.95. Pick one up by clicking the link in the description. Well guys, be sure to come back for the next episode. I have a few more products to talk about, and then after that will be the final episode where I do a setup tour, and then that is it. And I will most likely be returning back to my roots with the old school live stream Pin My Setup episodes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know this series has been a very long, drawn-out series that didn't really go as planned, and I appreciate everyone's support, whether you hate the videos or you like them. This series has been a huge help for me personally, and I'll talk more about that in the future, but thank you to my partners and sponsors and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. So hope to see you in the next episode, the episode after that as well, and then we'll get back to old school swashing. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
From the studio and shed, the studio was bred. Who is on the level of what you only pretend? Matt Philly. Take my Cheeto couple keys and return a Black Widow and Death at a Elite. Illuminate my conscience with your nano leaf options. Swashing, do it like the whole world's watching. Nonsense, then hold your comments. Pimp my setup and watch out for the content. The master, the prophet, new air and it's stocked with my cans full of current.